What is good, guys? We are back once again. It's your boy, Satori Spark. Drop a like, drop a sub, but most importantly, I hope you had a good day today. You know? I really did. So, today's topic, we will be talking about confidence. Confidence is a very, very good thing you need. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Confidence is a very vital thing you need in this world. You wanna know why you need confidence? Because if you're not confident in yourself, then who would be? If Naruto wasn't confident he was gonna become Hokage, then who would be? They was looking at Naruto like he was the worst person on earth when he was like, I'm gonna be Hokage and change everything. You wanna know what they said? They said, fuck you, Naruto. You're just some weird old kid who has no parents. They was clowning that man about having no parents. They was clowning that man about sitting alone. You the village this, that, and the third. You the village devil. Bro, they was all on Naruto's ass from a kid. You always making trouble. You don't got no chakra. You suck. Well, it probably saying no chakra. They probably saying that about Lee. I know that shit's like getting me. He got chakra, but like it was probably like, damn, you really can't use jutsu. That kind of sucks. But aside the point, I know for sure that Naruto knew that like, yo, if I don't care about myself, then nobody will. And sometimes, you know, like, it really probably got to him, like, damn, these people really don't give a fuck about me, bro. These people, right, probably really do not give a fuck about anything that I'm going through. And that is the reason, probably one of the reasons that really drove him to do what he did, bro. Like, no cap. Like, imagine you just by yourself for like the first 10 years of your life. You don't got nobody. Some old dude comes to your crib dropping off money. And he see a situation and he's still not helping you. All he doing is just dropping off money. You know what that is? A damn shame. Heroes didn't do better. They've been caught heroes in a fraud for years now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like he a good ninja, but he wasn't the best Hokage. I really think Naruto was the best Hokage. Like, I truly believe he was probably the best Hokage. He literally changed the world. Like, Hokage only changed their village. That man Naruto saved the world and changed it. They was coming from every village like, yo, Naruto, we want to see Hokage Naruto. We want to see Hokage Naruto. Like, come on, bro. Naruto really different. Like, come on. They was on that with Naruto. And what he do? Still believed in himself. They told him he couldn't do it. No, he did. Still believed in himself. He saved the village. Now they all love him. After Pain comes and he saved the village. Naruto is the village hero. At like, what, 16 years old, after they was bullying him all his life, he had no parents, nobody to turn to. All he had was Iruka, and that was it, bro. That was it. That's all he had in his life. I'm trying to tell you, like, he really was like, yo, I'm still gonna do this regardless of what anybody says. And that's how you gotta think. That's just how you gotta think, honestly. Because if you're not gonna believe in yourself, as I said before, then nobody will. You know, you can't please everybody in this world. That is true. You cannot please everybody in this world. But what you can do is be confident enough and smart enough to realize, yo, since I'm not gonna please everybody in this world, I'm gonna do what I can for the people around me. The people that love me for me and do whatever they can for me, I'm gonna die about them. You gotta die about them people, twin. Because it's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of people that's gonna do that for you in this world, bro. There's not a lot of people in this world that are gonna bend their back for you. and that's okay. That's cool. Because not everybody's here for that. Some people come into your life to teach you a lesson. You know? Some people come into your life just to be like, like there for the moment. There are people that are only there for the moment, people that are there for life. If you a real ass nigga, you there for life. You there for life, yo. But you can't be in everybody's life for life, if you get what I'm saying. Because they're not, people just not as, they not as solid as you think they are. You could be the most loyal person in the world, the most coolest, solid person in the world, and people still gonna do you. They still gonna make sure they can do whatever they can to get everything out of you, to try to embarrass you, to try to make you look like the dummy, the fool, As I said, I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I'm not the dumbest most of the time, I'm not the dumbest most of the time. I could be the dumbest, but I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling of being a dumbest person, I really don't. But it's okay, because, that's just something you gotta work on yourself. You gotta be confident that, I can get my smarts up. I can get my smarts up. Who said I can't get my smarts up? I don't care about them. I'm gonna do it myself. And then you really show that progress, and they like, yo, he wasn't playing. They're like, yo, he wasn't playing. When the PS5 first came out, you're not gonna get the PS5. And, at first, I did wait, because I'm like, yo, I'm not paying this much for these PS5s, bro. I'm not. I'm really not paying that much for these PS5s and all that. I'm only paying that much for what I need to, you feel me? And the money that I paid for PS5, I done made that back tenfold, twin. I done made that back tenfold. I done had the money to buy a PS5 multiple times now, and I'm so grateful to be alive to even do stuff like that. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you still being here on this earth. I appreciate, believing in myself that I could beat these games, and I could beat this person in this match and stuff like that. Because to me, it's really just all about how much you want it. To be honest, it's really how much you want it, honestly. Because if you don't want it, like, as I said, if you don't want it that much, then, it's going to show. Like, if I don't want to be a YouTuber, it's going to show. I left YouTube for months. Y'all saw that? I left YouTube for months. But that wasn't because I didn't feel like I didn't do it. I just wasn't prioritizing my content, which it really could have been a thing. I could have prioritized my content. I really could have, but I didn't. I prioritized other things in my life, and you know where that got me? Nowhere at all. I prioritize those things in my life because I'm like, yo, I thought that, that would be in my life forever, like, I will always have that in my life, but, like, you'll be shown that not everything, you can lose everything, like, you could be shown that, and you just gotta always be humble and stop complaining as much, because it's a real thing. I done went through it. I felt like I lost everything, in my opinion. But you know what I was wrong. I didn't lose everything. I lost the things that were required. Were required to lose. So realize that I'm not taking life as seriously as I should. And it's just like that, It really just get like that sometimes, Life just get hard, but that's okay. It's okay for life to get hard. It definitely is. I don't blame anybody that be like, yo, this life shit is hard. Because it is. Another thing about confidence that you really gotta understand is that it is not gonna come unless you work on it. Or unless you people can have a set amount of confidence. I'm not saying that, you're not born without confidence, but it's a lot of people in this life that have went through not having confidence, that, have not had that person that's like, yo, you really that nigga for real. Like, they never was like that to themselves because they was always, like, thinking like, yo, people are treating me like this because I'm not like that, you feel me? But you gotta treat yourself like that. And if people not treating like that, then it's fuck them. It's fuck them, yo. You don't never let nobody treat you like shit. You know, as much as you love them, as much as you care about them, bro, people are gonna treat you like shit. You gotta realize, yo, these people ain't for me. Don't ever let nobody play with your life, bro. Because we all only got one, so why the fuck is you playing with mine? We all only got one life. If I'm here to do all this, that, and the third in the world and leave my impact, why am I sitting here like, yo, I'm not enough? And it's okay to feel like that, but you just really gotta build yourself up at that point. When you feel like, yo, I'm not enough, you gotta become enough. You gotta become enough. You gotta become that person that, you know, you always dreamed of being. That person that, you know, like get the car, the person that get the girl, you know, the girl that you thought you couldn't pull, the girl that always, you know, like didn't want to talk to you or always played in your face. People that turn their backs on you when you never turned your back on them, you gotta show them people, yo, there are people out here that would kill for me. You know, I would kill for myself. You just really gotta show them that I would kill for myself. So why would I need you in my life if you're not treating me the way that I want you? You know? Why am I letting you treat me like this if you're not gonna treat me right? I'm out. You know, you really gotta be on that, because people not gonna care about it until it's, you know, about people leaving their life until it's done. People not gonna care about that shit, and I'm just gonna be honest, because yo, people are a lot of the time selfish, and I understand it. You know, I would call myself selfish. I would call myself selfish sometimes, you know. I feel like I'm not selfish too. Sometimes I can be selfish, you know. I'm not gonna lie like that. I can be selfish to a fault sometimes, but it's only because it's like, yo, like, I don't want my life to go back to the point where people are treating me like how they did before. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to where people was always laughing at me and just, you know, like talking to me like I wasn't nothing. Because there are people in my life, you know, they give a fuck about you. You don't gotta be with them people that gonna always laugh in your face and make you the butt of the joke, you know. Fight back. Fuck them niggas. Fight back. Like how I'm whooping this guy's ass. Fight the fuck back. And he might have won this round, I'm gonna be honest. But fight the fuck back, because who else gonna fight back for you? Because your mom not always gonna be there, your sister not always gonna be there, your boyfriend, your girlfriend not always gonna be there. You can't expect people to show up in your life like that if you're not gonna show up in your life for yourself like that. You can't. Because the person that's gonna have you always, you always gonna have you. But you gotta realize you that shit. You gotta build yourself up to do that shit. Because nobody else gonna do it. You know, I could do it for somebody else, but if you know, like if somebody play in my face and they laugh, you know, I'm gonna be looking at them like, yo, you fucked up. But in reality, I'm fucked up for even expecting that they really gonna do that shit for me. If you really fuck with me, you gonna do that shit, you know, without me on that. You can only be like, yo, damn, instead of standing up for that person when they didn't do it, I should have never expected them to do it for me because they're not me. A lot of people be expecting themselves in other people, and that's where they fuck up, because you can only be you. I can't be Drake. I can't be Naruto. Naruto can shoot tail beast bombs. I can't shoot tail beast bombs. It's the real world.